Hey guys, so the glasses are on today, the sunglasses, because I got emotional. It's not particularly sunny, or I'm not feeling cool. It's just, yeah, I had a bit of a breakdown today. Not the car, me. And the reason why is because somebody tried to be charitable to me, and that got me. But the day started off rough anyway. Let me tell you what happened today, because this is like I always say, the attacks never stop, guys. They never stop. So I had €1 and 83 cents left in my account, right? Now that's not a lot of money. €1, 83 cents. But I was going to get milk with that because I had some left. I have two leftover eggs. I have some flour and I have potatoes that have sprouted, like all sprouts coming out of them. So I chopped off all the sprouts, steeped them overnight, and then with that €1 and 83 cents, I was going to go and get milk. And then I could make what's called box teas. That's what we call them in Ireland anyway. I don't know what there's another name for them in France, but in Ireland we call them box teas. They're like potato crepes, pancakes. A bit of something in them to fill you and tide you over. So I was really, really banking on that €1 and 83 cents. And Bank of Ireland charged me a maintenance fee of €6. Now, I've never had a credit card. I've never been in debt. I don't do that. I live to my means and not a penny more. But I really, really needed that, and they charged me €6 for a maintenance fee. Like, what are they maintaining? Everything is automated. So what the hell are they maintaining? And apparently, they only charge people who don't have much in their account a maintenance fee. So they actually took the €1 and 83 cents I had, and now they're saying I owe them €4 and something cent. You know what? It's just it's non-stop, guys. The attacks are non-stop. Now that didn't break me. I found that funny. I'm used to this type of stuff. I'm used to everything being comically bad and comically against me. That's not new. It's been, like I've said, it's been a lifetime of torture and being just constantly being chipped away at, constantly them trying to break me. And when I say them, by the way, there's people in particular. I know who is responsible for this stuff. I know who's responsible for 90% of the trouble I've had in life. I know where she is right now. You guys know her as Lilith or Lilith. But I know exactly who is responsible for this. I think that's another reason my car is broken down. Because if not, I would be that mad I might actually show up. But they took the little bit of money I had left. So I found that funny. Again, I'm used to this stuff. I was able to shake that off. That didn't really break me, but it bugged me. I was complaining on Reddit. I was complaining about, I think it was in one of the manifestation subs, and I was like, because there's people that go on there and they brag about their abilities of manifestation. And I said, okay, if you're all so powerful with your manifestation, manifest me 10 or 20 euro just to see the week out. Manifest me a joint between my fingers so that I can smoke away my blues and stay calm. Go ahead, show me how powerful you are. I was ranting and raving. I was getting some shit off my chest. And see, I don't want to get emotional now. I'm not good with charity, guys. I have had to accept a bit of help from St. Vincent de Paul, but that was when I was able to drive to them and get help. Now I can't even do that. And even me accepting charity, I'm sorry if it sounds daft, but it makes me want to hang myself. You just start looking at ropes and stuff. I hate it. I hate it. But this very nice young lady offered to give me €20 on my PayPal account. So she direct messaged me. We chatted for a good while, bunch of messages back and forth. We chatted for a good while, and she was trying to manifest a situation for her and her partner. Really, really sweet. Just a 24-year-old young lady, really, really sweet. I told her a bit of my story too, not too much. I didn't want to overwhelm, but she offered to give me €20. And of course I was I was kind of I don't like accepting things, but I knew I needed it, so I was going to accept it. And we had been chatting for the last hour and a half, like plenty of messages back and forth. So I open up my PayPal account. I take a screenshot or a download, whatever, of that QR code thing, because I've never done that. I've never really. I have PayPal for when I used to be able to buy stuff online, but like I've never used it like that. But yeah, so I downloaded that and I went to post it in our direct messages on Reddit. I'm not going to name the young lady's account because I don't want her. I just feel like that's inappropriate. But I went to post it in our direct messages. Like we had been communicating back and forth for ages, for hours today anyway. And when I went to post it, it started saying, "Error, you cannot perform this action. Error, you cannot perform this action." I was like, I literally messaged this girl 2 minutes ago, less than 2 minutes ago. Why am I not able to now? And I get a message off Reddit saying your account has been temporarily banned. Guys, I'm sorry. I know the whole, if you start talking about coincidences, everybody calls you schizo, but not everything is a fucking coincidence. Not everything is a coincidence, guys. And this is what I'm talking about. The attacks are non-stop. I did not want to accept charity. I knew I needed it, but I didn't want to accept it. And as soon as I did, after about 10 messages on either side, like we've been big long messages, we've been talking to each other all morning. As soon as I go to actually give in and send my PayPal account, Reddit bans me for 7 days. And why did they ban me? Don't know. They said that I posted a comment in the Ricky Gervais subreddit, which means that it was probably a joke or a piss take or, But I had posted a comment there. They didn't want to let me see what the comment was. They deleted it. But they said that it was inciting or it was whatever it was. It was some silly thing. And I was banned for 7 days. So I don't even know what the joke was that I made in a comedian subreddit. But they banned me for 7 days because of it. Just as I go to send that lady my PayPal. Now I'm not going to name her in this. I don't know if she'll see. The likelihood of her seeing this video is slim to none. But it's not for her. I'm not even just screw it. I'll just boil the spuds and eat them, I suppose. But the point is, the reason for the video is this is what I'm talking about. And I might even include that conversation so you can see, that I was talking to her all morning. And then all of a sudden I'm banned for a comment that was made a month ago. Or close enough anyway. It was like, it wasn't something that was posted yesterday or the day before. This was on a thread that nobody had really seen. It only got like 30 comments. And it was from like 2 weeks ago or more. But just in that instant, it had to be right then and there, my account is banned over that. So that's what I mean when I talk about their attacks, guys. That's what I mean. You're not even allowed to help me. That's how bad these scumbags are. And I know it sounds daft, but I know who is responsible for this. I know who has been the source of 90% of my suffering. I know who that person is. I know where that person lives. A fat red-headed fucking witch. I know exactly who is to blame for every bit of suffering I have gone through. Or almost every bit of suffering I've gone through. And by the way, it's not just me. It's not just me. The stories you hear about these different religions, different cultures, and look, every religion has the devil. Every religion has the equivalent to Lilith or Lilith, okay, who is now a morbidly obese, fat, stupid, brat fetish having, disgusting little witch. but like they all have the same characters in their cultures, in their religions, because they're not myths, guys. They're not made up. It's not a retelling of the same stories. The same rejects, the same low-life, childish, spoiled, rotten, brat fetish having, validation seeking fucking pigs that were in Egyptian culture, that were in Viking culture, that were in Roman or Greek, I should say. They're all the same people. They're all the same beings. They come down, they've got some fancy tricks and magic that we don't have. So they come down, they impress us, they get us to worship them until slowly but surely we realize what a bunch of idiots they are. What a bunch of low-life scumbags they are. And once we realize that, they tuck tail and they get out of there. They wait 100,000 years maybe, and then they come back down in a different form. This is why you have shapeshifters in so many different cultures, like the Fae here in Ireland, or Ginny. This is why you have all these, the same stories, the same entities spread out throughout the entire world. It's the same stuff Graham Hancock is talking about, whether he realizes it or not. It's the same beings that we've been dealing with this entire time. And if you talk about them, they attack. As a matter of fact, you don't even need to talk about them, really. If you're aware of them, that's why, sorry if these videos are considered dangerous. I can understand why, because if you're thinking about them too much, all of a sudden your luck turns. All of a sudden you're getting harassed in the street. All of a sudden, whatever it was you really, really needed went up in price, and now you can't afford it anymore. It's just, that's what they do. It's different ways of chipping away at you. It's different ways of trying to break you. And in my instance, I know exactly who was responsible. I know exactly who was responsible. And that's the thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But that's what you need to know, guys. They're not myths. It's the same. Like Baphomet is the conjunction of the devil and Lilith. So that's why it's hermaphroditic. That's why, look at Bohemian Grove. Okay? Now, if you talk about Bohemian Grove at all, you're made fun of and told it's all just a lark. It's all just one big joke. It's all just for fun. Who meets up in a big forest to worship an owl god from Canaanite times, a Canaanite god named Moloch, a god of child sacrifice? Who the hell would meet up in the woods to stand under a big statue of that, perform a ceremony called the cremation of care, which, by the way, care is considered compassion or empathy. Okay? That's what they consider dull care. So the cremation of care, they get a child-sized coffin and they light it on fire while reciting these chants and incantations or whatever, saying "Begone dull care, begone dull care." That's what they're actually doing. And this is supposed to be a lark. This is supposed to be funny. This is supposed to be their idea of a good time. I mean, come the fuck on. This is what the world leaders, the oligarchs, the most powerful people in the world, this is what they meet up in Bohemian Grove to do. And by the way, if you don't believe me, there's a documentary by Alex Jones, and I think it's on YouTube. You can literally go watch. He had a camera on his shirt pocket and recorded the entire thing. You can literally go watch it. But those are the people that run the world, and they're still worshipping these old gods, these old pagan Canaanite gods, whatever you want to call them. They're still doing that for a reason. Over 1 million children go missing in the world I think it's 2 million go missing every year. That's for a reason. The Epstein files. The most powerful people in the world meeting up on an island to rape children. That's for a reason. It's not just that they happen to all be sickos. They are worshipping sickos. They're worshipping something that you think is a myth. They're worshipping beings whose homes I can drive to. Do you understand? Oh, well, actually, no, I can't. I have no car. And that's another thing. Yeah, was I thinking only about showing up and having a confrontation? Read between the lines. Yeah, I was. I was thinking about that. And then my car broke down. Won't recognize the key. And even if it did start, I have literally no money to put diesel in it. So, like, if I manage to get halfway there, how far away are they? Yeah, if I could get as far as New Ross, maybe, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt I have enough fuel to even get there. That's about 15 kilometers away, and they're about double that, maybe a bit more. But that's the thing. It's the same entities, and they're around constantly. They're around us constantly, and this is the thing. They are obsessed with humans, but they hate us. But they seem to need to be around us. They seem to need to have something to do with us. They seem to need to think about us as if they don't have thoughts of their own. Like, I hate the people responsible for my suffering. I hate them more than they hate me. But I'm not actively out to get them. I'm not out to get them at all, actually. I just want nothing to do with them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to think about them. I don't want them near me. I don't want them being able to think about me. I don't want them being able to have anything to do with me ever. That's what I want. But they won't leave me be. They won't let me live. They won't let me be. It's been 30 years now of reaffirming, of coming to the exact same conclusion over and over and over again. And that conclusion is, we cannot coexist. Because even if I stay away from you, even if I have nothing to do with you, you will continue to attack me and cause me to suffer. So what do we do now? Where does this go? Am I just supposed to let them away with it? Am I supposed to starve to death? Because that would make them happy? Am I supposed to just pray all the time and wish them well? What now? What now? I'm sorry for getting worked up. I hope I'm not blowing up your speakers, but it's just... And yeah, it's a bit pissed off because I don't usually get emotional. I get mad and ranty, but that young lady offering to help me like that just broke me. She's a total stranger, and she really wanted to help me, and they wouldn't even let her. They wouldn't even let her help me. So now she thinks I've just ghosted her and been rude because I can't message her for the next 7 days. Ah. But this is the thing, as pretty as this world is, and it is a beautiful world, beautiful. When you can afford food is good, home-cooked curries and things. I'm actually a decent cook. I make good curries anyway. The beer was good, the weed, fantastic. But I literally wouldn't have time for much else, I there wasn't much I enjoyed here. Swimming, the occasional beer, occasional joint, occasional cigarette, the odd bit of PlayStation. That was it. I even I gave up on women. Even I'm straight, but I suppose I'm asexual these days, or celibate, whatever. But I even gave up on that because it was just everything just seemed like an attack, or it was like, instead of being with a woman, you were with something that looked like a woman and was kind of like a woman but wasn't really a woman. And I don't mean trans. Like I always say, guys, the people that I've grown up around, the people that surround me, are not people. They are not people. They are not human. Because even just to talk to you, notice the layers upon layers missing. The selfishness, this kind of they're very infantile and nasty. I always say it's like, do you remember when you were like 10 or 11 and you started learning how to lie and manipulate, and but like that it wasn't the way to be, so you tried it for a bit and grew out of it? They never did. They stayed there. They're all the way back there. These are people that feel jealousy as grown adults. You know? Like, oh, he has a nice car and I don't. I should key his car then. Or, these are girls that if you didn't like them or wouldn't date them, they would try and hex you. Whether you believe that works or not isn't the point. The point is, just because you rejected a girl and said no, sorry, I'm not interested or whatever, that was enough of a reason for her to try and ruin your life. And I know there's women out there that's dealing with guys that will stalk them for rejecting them or worse. I understand. But the point I'm making is that's not human. That's not what we do. I can barely even remember jealousy. That was like before body hair. That was prepubescent. Like, what the fuck? Jealousy. Oh no. How come Justin Bieber has a boat and I have hemorrhoids? Like, yeah, so what, stupid? Hand you were dealt. Get on with it. But, that's where they're at. They are all the way back in like elementary school, primary school level maturity. They're pissants. They are absolute pissants. And sorry, I'm going off on a rant on them as per usual, but I hate them. I hate them. I want them all to die screaming. I want ALS, Lou Gehrig's, MND, whatever it's called, to eat them alive from the feet up. I want them to suffer for everything they've done. And today it was so blatant. Like the timing, guys, the timing. I don't think I was a full 2 minutes responding to her message and then going to get the QR code or whatever to post in our DMs. And in that time, they banned me for a comment made weeks ago in a comedian subreddit. Yeah. So that's where things are at. Again, I said this in the last. I don't know who's watching this, to be honest. I think it's some stalkery inbreds that I knew when I was a teenager. Some this absolute oh god, I don't even want to get. I should do a video on them, but knowing how disgusting and lowly and infantile and built in they are, they'll probably just get off on the attention. Me talking about them, even negatively, is like validation for them. It makes them a somebody, you know. But I should do, because that's that's half of my viewership is creeps that don't know how to move on with their lives from 15 years ago. Yeah, so there we are. That's what's going on today. I don't know what to do. I'll think of something. I'll think of something. Spuds, eggs. Yeah, I'll make something out of that. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. But those spuds are old. I'm worried. How do you know when to not eat spuds anymore? When, like, people say throw them away when they've sprouted. What if you don't have that option? What if your belly's empty? Gotta make it work. I was hoping to hide the taste or whatever in the box tea mixture, but that's out the window. So, anyway, I posted this in my last video. I'm going to post it here again. Guys, I'm out of options. I have nothing left. I've nothing left to take. Should I just go down with a video with the phone in my hand and video them? Should I go down and try and pull their mask off? Because I know some of them aren't human. I know most of them aren't human. And I would actually like to go and prove it. But I don't know. So some people would tell me, no, Jay, wait, things will turn around. Maybe they will. Maybe I should wait another while. But honestly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I don't understand how all you guys aren't. I know you're not in the same situation as me right now. But you know what this world is being ran by. You know what the cost of living is like. You know what trying to rent a home, have a home over your head. Like there's people that aren't having children now, even though they've always wanted families and X, Y, and Z. They're not going to have families because they can't afford a family and because of how bad the world is. It feels inappropriate. It feels irresponsible to bring a child into a world like this. That's the world we're living in. And we're all just shrugging our shoulders and doing nothing about it. I'm tired of doing nothing. I'm tired of being tired. I'm sick of being sick. You know, when do we take this back? Because I can't coexist with them. And it's not my fault that I can't coexist with them. They've made it clear that that is not an option. It's not an option. We cannot coexist. It's constant attacks from some fat redheaded fucking witch and her father, who you guys know as Trump. This is the thing, guys. Everybody plays multiple roles, which makes me wonder about us. Are they all on the same team? And those of us with souls, those of us who actually understand emotions and our ass from our elbow, like, are we all the same being and they're all the same being, just in different variations? How does this work? And, if they hate us so much, why do they seem to need us? Why do they surround us constantly? I don't know, guys, but look, please leave some comments. Yeah, they all say like and subscribe. If you want to, go ahead. But I'd rather hear from you. I'd rather chat with you. I'd rather get your opinion, get your perspective, get your advice, whatever. Again, I have nothing left. I have nothing to take. I have nothing to lose. That's it. That's it, So, thanks for watching. I have a few regulars. I'm not going to name you in the video because I don't know if you'd like that. But you know who you are. Thank you for staying with me and watching my videos. I appreciate it. It's just been a really shit time lately. So I'm a bit down the dumps. I'm wearing me blues because I'm blue. And I usually don't do symbolism shit like that. But I was that, like, very rare I get emotional. And today I actually got emotional. Fuck, Been a while. Fuck it. Good for the eyes. Clear them out. Anyway, there we are. So let me know what you guys think. Because I've just had it with them. I've just had it. Like, I know we can't say too much on here because it'll be called inciting violence or, whatever. But look, I'm just saying, the time to do nothing and go, oh, I guess the world is run by child raping, Satan worshipping scumbags. Okay. I think that time is up. At least it is for me, because I have nothing left to take. Probably easier for me to say in a way, because you don't have shit. So, of course you're restless, Shay. Of course you're getting ready to explode, because if you still have Netflix and food in the fridge and a few cold ones, and a nice smoke to kick back in the evening, it's easy enough sit there and not think about it. I don't have that option. I can't even go for a drive to clear my head. So, anyway, I'm going to end this before it hits 30 minutes, because if not, it'll never upload. That's another thing. Now I have to go walk around for 4 hours in order to get the video to upload. The attacks never stop, guys. And just real quick, no, I haven't been vril droned or anything. There's my eyes. I've just been a little bit, I got a little bit red-faced, red-eyed or whatever with the emotions of the kindness of that young lady. So that's what the glasses are for. Anyway, I'm Jay. Nice talking to you. please check in and leave an old comment. Nice to know you're out there.